Preparatory Book A, page 45 of the All-in-One Approach to Succeeding at the Piano. Here the students are learning their steps in the treble staff, so students can find middle C, the next step up is D, and the next step up after that is E. And of course we want to use the same chicks, or this time I won't use chicks, I will use little erasers, having the students use these on the steps, C, D. There's one step, a D to the E, a step going up again, D, E. And then what about a skip? You could have them learn a skip early on, right? That would be discovery learning, even though they're not looking at skips yet. It's a nice idea for them to understand the difference. So then you could put all three little erasers here on C, D, E, and you could ask them, are those steps going up or going down? They're going up. How about if you play them for me going down? Yes, good. And then you could certainly do some ear training. What do you hear? D, E, C, right? Re, mi, do. Okay. So I totally believe that prevention is far better than correction. So we have to make sure our students can play with 100% accuracy before they actually play the piece. Now, the very first note is a C, right? And I've asked the students to use the same practice strategies for this piece as they did for steps in the bass staff. So we can go through those, but we also want to make sure that our students understand which notes are going up and which notes are going down. This is quite challenging for many of our beginner students, right? So definitely take the time to put the arrows up, the arrows down, and when the students are in the third measure, you can definitely have them circle the repeated notes, because there's so many of them, right? And then add arrows going up and down in the next line as well. So again, we want our students to be very, very comfortable with these pieces before they actually play them. Have them tap and count out loud. Right? Have them say the words in rhythm. And have them close the fall board and try playing it on the full board. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an excellent way for you to get them to feel their flexible wrist and their 4 hills that are up and for them to play without any dents. Now let's say you have students who play with a lot of dents, right? That first knuckle that goes the other way. A very simple thing to do is to take a pencil with an eraser and have them just touch the eraser top like this. And they'll notice that they will be using these metacarpal joints and not these inner joints. Right? So they'll be tapping from those metacarpal joints like that. Do you see that? If they play on their fingertips, oh my gosh, then they really are using that middle joint, and that's not good. So we don't want to say to overly curve your fingers or play on your fingertips, because that causes a lot of tension in the wrist. Let's see. They could also touch their nose like this, and they can feel the pads of their fingers, and they can also feel that they're using their joints from here and not this, because if they play on their fingertips, oh, that hurts, ow, with their fingernails into their nose. All right, so that's very, very nice. Always have your students evaluate their playing afterwards. Did you hear what you expected to hear? Right, so did you hear the dynamics of forte and piano? Right, and some of our students will say, yes, I did, and others will say, well, I think it could have been better. And that's what's training them to really be good musicians. Now let's go on to page 46.